But Phil Foden's coming into his prime now, so I'm expecting him as a senior member of the squad when City are playing flat to, like I say, take the game by the scruff of the neck and go and get a goal for us. And I think Phil Foden's had some personal issues off the pitch, but at the end of the day, if he's not performing on the pitch, that needs to be addressed. So far, he's appeared in 36 matches, he's grabbed himself 7 goals and 3 assists. Again, it's not awful, but it just isn't Phil Foden form. It isn't Phil Foden like Man City fans want him to be. It's not Stockport Iniesta. And that's a tough pill to swallow when you've not got the likes of Kevin De Bruyne anymore. When you've not got the likes of Ilkay Gundogan banging in goals. When you've not got Bernardo Silva in his prime anymore. This is where we're looking at Phil Foden thinking, mate, all these senior players that were around you when you were coming up and when you started to do very well, they're kind of dropping off now. Now we need to see you blossom. And he just hasn't done that yet for me. And there's been too many times this season where I've seen Phil Foden ghost and be completely ineffective. And I've got to the point where it's getting so frustrating. Not because I think he's rubbish, but the opposite. I know what he's got in his locker. And those abilities that Phil Foden has, they don't just disappear. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, at what point do we keep accepting Phil Foden playing this way? Because the level Phil Foden's been playing at this year and last season, for me, isn't good enough for the player that he's supposed to be. I'm very worried that he's becoming a purple patch player like Rashford for United, where he might have 4 weeks where he grabs 5 goals and 3 assists in 8 games or something like that. But then after that, he just drops off a little bit. Because we've seen Phil Foden get back up to his best for a few weeks this season, and then it's just dropped off again. So I'm just worried he's becoming a little bit of a Rashford for Manchester City. And I hate to say that. And God forbid I'm right. Because the last thing I want to do is see Phil Foden's spark start to die and dim out, because he has got some generational talent in him, and I just want to see it on a more consistent basis.